We talk about spot Bitcoin ETFs a lot, but it's also a flight to safety. A lot of people have come out and said this. A lot of really smart and rich investors are saying, yes, Bitcoin is a flight to safety. BlackRock, Larry Fink himself recently said this too. The more chaos, the more turmoil, the more money printing, that pushes people towards something better, a safe haven, a hedge against inflation. And that's Bitcoin. That's why Bitcoin is so strong right now, and it's going to get stronger. So let's listen in on what Larry Fink had to say.
This rally is way beyond the rumor. I think the rally today is about a flight to quality with all the, all the issues around the Israeli war now, global terrorism. And I think there's more people running into a flight to quality, whether that is in treasuries, gold, or crypto, depending on how you think about it. And I believe crypto will play that type of role as a flight to quality.
Flight to quality. Flight to quality. Basically, Larry Fink is like, yeah, the best there is crypto. Flight to quality, that came out of his mouth, despite the fact today Bitcoin pumped up, came back down, it was false rumors. Larry Fink is like, who cares? It's the best that we have, right? And I agree. Flight to quality, people are recognizing that you can't trust the government, you can't trust the banks, you can't trust the central banks like the Federal Reserve, because they're not looking out for you. They are looking out for themselves. They're really not looking out for your best interest. They're certainly not preserving your buying power, because that is decreasing year over year with inflation. So you got to watch out for yourself. And the flight...
A flight to quality.
Flight to quality. So, flight to quality, if you want to improve the quality of your life, the quality of your bank account, you go with Bitcoin. What else is going on? Well, of course, ETF approval. A lot of people are waiting. I believe today's pump is actually due to one company, Grayscale, because I saw last night and this morning, Grayscale submitted their application to convert their trust into spot Bitcoin ETF. They did this last night. Okay, I believe this is why we're getting this sudden rush, because people are putting two and two together. There's no reason for the SEC to deny this. So Grayscale will be the very first company to get a spot Bitcoin ETF. So if this gets approved, then everything else, BlackRocks and Fidelities and ARCs, they're all going to get approved. And this could come sooner than later. We're not even in November yet. We may get the very first spot Bitcoin ETF even within the next month or so. So I believe that's why we got a sudden push. And with that and more short squeezes, we may end the year quite nice. After October, is that Pump, November, and I don't know what December is. But I did tell you guys, Santa rally is real. Unless you're coming down from a peak. 2022, we didn't have a Santa rally, okay, because we were still coming down. But if you look at the years of recovery, Santa rally is quite real. November and December are quite bullish for years when Bitcoin is in recovery. So this year, I don't think it's going to be different. I think after October, Pump November will be even better. And I don't know what you call December, but let's just say Santa will be around. So we may end the year quite high, maybe even as high as $40,000. I like to think we will be somewhere between $35,000 to $40,000. But if we get the very first, considering we're already at $30,000 and we get a spot Bitcoin ETF, that's going to pump us maybe already to $40,000. So who knows where we will end up. But I just know it's going to be higher. My thesis is Bitcoin will end up higher than where it is now by the end of the year. I'm almost certain of that, but we will see. Coinbase also is confident that a Bitcoin ETF will be approved after SEC's court defeat. Yes, probably Grayscales will be first and everything else afterwards. There's really no reason for SEC to say no right now. And all signs indicated it's going to be yes, because now all these fund managers are saying that whoever they're dealing with in the SEC is actually responsive and is actually giving comments, unlike before where it's just like nothing's coming back, like you're talking to a wall. But now there's actually back and forth, so it does seem like they're actually working at this, right? So again, that's coming soon. This is a really interesting one. This is a November chart. Basically, this person equated like the same times every November throughout the cycles, basically show either like a midpoint, right, or a bottom or a top. So if we're following what has happened before, right, we'll get to that midpoint, like somewhere around the midpoint mark of maybe $60,000 by November of next year. And then we get to the top the November after that in 2025. Okay, but what about this November? It's kind of somewhere in the middle, right? So this is looking at the same day, basically November 28th, throughout all the years, and, you know, you could see. So basically, if we're following this, then, you know, we got between next month and a full year to get back up to about $60,000. So it's going to be slow trending, right? And then afterwards, we form that parabolic top, which could be around $200,000, which is a full year after that, right? Quite interesting. We'll see if it happens this time, right? Here's another one showing downtrend, accumulation, and uptrend. That's where we are. That's where we are. History for Bitcoin may not repeat, but it tends to rhyme exactly the same way over and over and over and over and over again. So yeah, year to date right now, Bitcoin is up about 82%, gold 12%, stocks 8%, cash -%, negative 0.17%. Okay, so it's not about really how fast things go down. It's really about how fast they come back up and recover, right? So I know a lot of people, the naysayers, the disbelievers, I guess, you know, they will always say, well, look at it. Bitcoin's not back up to 69,000. It's still down like 60%. But, and some people even make fun of Michael Saylor saying, well, he's still below his average. But the thing is, had he put his money into, say, anything else, he would be down vastly more. Okay, Bitcoin is the winning strategy. Short term, sometimes it doesn't do well. But long term, man, nothing comes close. Nothing comes close to the performance of Bitcoin. And year to date, from our bottom of 16 or 15,000 till now, it's almost up 100%. And that number will keep on climbing.